There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. Aught shall change once we have attended the current. If your Majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis best you do so afore we depart. Very well. The coronation is to take place on the morrow. We shall depart early in the morn, so your Majesty would do well to get a good night's rest.
Master, pray leave this place. My body, it refuses to obey me. There's a voice within my mind. It commands me, sways my very will.
Sways your will? Could it be that the gods sway? We must quit this place, your Majesty. I fear our plans may fall to naught. Let us return to the tavern. We've been had. The false sovereign commanded the pawns at the coronation, proving his own power as arisen. According to Regent King Sven, the pretender was wearing some sort of lavish necklace at the time. I imagine this artifact is the godsway mentioned in that letter. Perchance 'tis a tool that grants power akin to that of the true arisen. 'Twould do much to explain the events that we have beheld afore now. Alas, unless we find some way to unmake this godsway's power, proving your Majesty's legitimacy shall be difficult indeed. Pray, allow me time to search for a way forward. I shall inform your Majesty when I have prepared a plan of action.
Never could I have imagined such an outcome. What manner of artifact is this godsway? I suppose 'tis pointless to ponder. Let us await the results of Captain Brandt's investigation.
I quite agree. Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Off we go, then.
A new day, a new perspective.
At least here I can let down. I'll see how far my talents can take me. Not getting it in
Welcome. Well met. I'm dead on my feet.
This might be worth a read.
draw in as many customers as I can.
Peruse at your leisure.
Got to press on. There's much needs doing.
Twas a fascinating tale those soldiers outside the palace were discussing.
Regarding the Queen Regent and an important personage, you mean?
Aye. Tell is, her ties to this figure from the neighboring country have a romantic tint.
Times are hard. I'm barely scraping by.
Welcome.
Life's best taken at a leisurely pace. Haste makes waste, as they say.
Can't help but see a turncoat in every face. Got to focus. My head will roll if all goes awry.
I'd never leave.
I've got the sharpest ears in town.
Oft we forget the value of its contemplation.
My head hurts just thinking about it.
Something smells.
Wish I could go on an adventure. I don't know what to do.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
My claws could use a trim.
This place makes me nervous.
Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of sense. The doctor examined him afore and said he'd be better with a bit of medicine. Yet e'er since he came here, he's only gotten worse.
I understand how you must feel, but you must see that your son's health continues to wane. There is no medicine that can heal him outright. He requires proper treatment. I am caring for him as best I can. I beg only for your patience. However, if you truly cannot entrust him to me, perhaps you would care to take him home with you instead. Mayhap convalescing in a place familiar to him would aid his recovery. Of course, I would be sure to visit him as oft as I am able.
Home, you say?
Dear, we are pressed enough as 'tis.
All right, he stays. But pray bring my son back to health.
I will look after him. I swear it.
Sweetmeats and ale. tired.
I'm going to go.
Until he's here.
This place offers a view of the sea.
I wonder what lies at its bottom.
What would you of me? I'll have no trouble, thank you.
I remember the last time my pockets jingled. Go on, have a look.
Time to be heading home.
Only fools walk into peril unprepared. Life's been pretty kind to me, come to think of it. Not my kind of place, this.
What are you doing? We've not been given leave to rest yet.
I'm well aware of that, thank you.
The hour's grown late. Hilda's going to have my hide.
Got to think about what's inside.
If I sleep on my woes, mayhap they'll go away.
I suppose I can finish it tomorrow. Just remember, I'm not sure how much longer I can hold out. I can finish it tomorrow.
I'm aching for a fight.
All this worrying is giving me an achy back.
Mayhap I ought to be getting
My
home.
head hurts just thinking about it.
This place is awful dull. Can't complain, right?
Right, door's locked. That should do it.
It's still early for dinner.
What's this I smell?
Suppose I'd best earn my keep. I fancy a kip. But not at the expense of quite the predicament.
You need a permit to enter Batal, but they've become quite difficult to acquire of late, unless you're a merchant. Mind, rumour has it that it's easier for Beastrons to obtain them, perhaps because Batal's more of a Beastron nation. That's led to some people acquiring Beastron masks, of all things. Seems a bit much, if you ask me. Come to think of it, I've nary a clue as to one would go to apply for a permit to begin with. Always a fresh breeze blowing round here. Can't help but talk in a whisper when I'm here.
Off wandering about again, I see. Why are you so adverse to doing honest work?
You would ask the proud scion of House Berkeley to move crates? To scribble in ledgers? Preposterous!
Albert, cease sense. That pride of yours has already ruined you once before. Do you mean to let it do so again?
Quite the predicament.
I can't wait to see what the day holds.
What should I do?
Got a crack in your skull.
Time to be heading home.
I'd sooner not associate
Stock up on the basics. Flour, salt, fat.
Well met. This here's the sanctuary of tipplers and merrymakers alike. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff.
We have found a material.
Different combinations of material.
Aye, sir. What I can do for you? What? You mean to say my Albert's a noble and has only been pretending to be a beggar? That can't be true. Earning a living in the slums isn't easy, but Albert and I, we promised each other we'd try our hardest to make ends meet. We've been working toward that all this time, and you're saying 'tis all a lie? I don't want to believe such madness, but nor can I deny that these garments are my husband's. Pray, tell me where you found them. I must see this for myself.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
Just remember, I've somewhere to be.
Could barely drag my ass out
I
of bed.
don't feel safe
I
here.
don't tell half as many lies as my dad.
To sell off what I can.
My head hurts just thinking about it.
Always another errand to see to.
Always a fresh breeze.
Ah, how I've longed to embrace.
Good morrow, everyone.
Come.
I have no issue falling asleep. Getting proper rest is an important duty in it.
I'm surrounded.
Beg pardon, sir, but have you any information about what happened here? A couple were found dead, you see. Poor Albert was stabbed from behind, and Selena, by all appearances, ended her own life after killing him. I can't fathom it. I knew the both of them, and I cannot imagine Selena doing such a thing, let alone to her dear husband. One witness claims Selena was turned away from a noble's estate shortly before the incident. But how could that possibly have led to all so gruesome as this?
What a miserable fate. We ought not to have involved ourselves in this affair, methinks. Puts me in the mood for a song, he does.
Peruse at your time to be heading
Good
home.
to see everyone in such fine spirits.
Got to sell off what I can while I'm in town.
Well met.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. Regarding the matter of the Godsway, I fear there is naught to be done, save for your Majesty to venture to Batal, where you might uncover the false sovereign's secrets directly. The sigil upon that letter from some days past bore the crest of the Batali Palace. Surely there's aught to be found therein. Yet official dealings twixt Batal and Vermund are suspended. Passing through their fortress will prove a difficult task. With some hindrances in mind, I thought to prepare this. Pray, take it. Few may pass through Batal's fortress, save Beastren merchants. With some coin, I was able to convince one such merchant to grant us that entry permit. It ought guaranteed passage through the border checkpoint, but alas, 'tis intended for a Beastren. You shall have to act the part, but as to how that should be done, I'm shamed to say I do not know. 'Twill depend upon your Majesty's ingenuity.
turncoat in every face.
Ought to set my notes to the ground.
You the Arisen? I've been looking for you. Sven wants to meet with you. Says he'll be waiting in his quarters.
The rules at your neck. I've more time than I know how to spend. Anywhere's better than
Do you know how long you'll be? I only asked so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
Result from a moment's inclination.
I heard from Captain Brandt that you plan to make for Batal in order to continue your investigation. As for me, I've been looking into my mother's movements since last we met, and I happened upon this. 'Tis a letter she discarded, only half written. It seems to be addressed to someone called Phaesus. I passed an eye over it, though I failed to grasp its meaning, or what compelled her to throw it away. Here, I thought it best that you have it. Mayhap you could glean aught from it that I could not. And if you do, would you be so kind as to share it with me? That is, only if you've the time to spare. I am in no position to make demands, of course.
Anyone gives me trouble, they'll taste steel.
My sword arm could use some work.
Wired at last.
I must ask you to leave this place at once.
know how to spend.
Let me get that.
I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with the matter at hand. Perhaps we should have a more knowledgeable pawn join our party.
All of this holding does a number on my shoulders.
You have my fullest confidence. The permit is intended for a beastren. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Do not forget that we work to serve the citizens.
Fine wares.
Got to crack a few skulls if you want to be topped off.
Need anything?